An adjunct professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Dan, good morning. So nice to see you. What do you think we see from the markets today?
Well, it's always difficult to predict what's going to happen on any given day, Alex. However, certainly it's a positive outlook right now. And I think overall, we're going to see strong performance from the stock market. Probably the remainder of this year and possibly for the 4 years under Trump. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Just very quickly, one of them is deregulation. I think that many companies are looking very positive at the way Trump is approaching that. And let's not forget about interest rates. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure to get those interest rates down and really get the economy moving.
Yeah, you think about all those executive orders that he signed, and a lot of them were pulling back a lot of the Biden administration's orders that they had in place. I'm talking dozens and dozens. So the stock market will certainly be reacting to all of that. Speaking of Trump's return to office, Bitcoin rose to its highest point yet, capping off at $110,000. But the crypto also cooling down after he actually made no mention of it after being sworn in. So, Dan, Bitcoin still sits at over 100,000. What do you think Trump's return is going to mean for cryptocurrency?
Well, I think it's going to be very, very positive. Look, Donald Trump seems to want to be the crypto president. He's always had a positive outlook on crypto, and the things he said and presumably the things that he's going to do in the future are going to be very, very favorable to cryptocurrencies. So I anticipate that crypto is going to do very, very well during a Trump presidency.
Yeah, he's the first ever really crypto president we've ever seen. So this is going to be very interesting to follow. So Costco Teamsters preparing to go on strike if they don't receive a better contract deal by the end of this month. 85% of the union members voted in favor of the strike, and it's expected to affect 18,000 employees. Dan, final negotiations began yesterday. I don't know. How do you think Costco is going to respond to this?
Well, no one benefits from a strike, but look, this is the typical story, right? So the union believes they're being treated unfairly and that something needs to be done. And at the same time, management, I'm sure, feels that the wages are fair and that Costco treats their employees very well. So what do I think is going to happen here? It is likely they will settle because, again, no one benefits, but they're in the final phases here. They got to get something done before the end of the month, so it's only going to give them about 9 days or so. And then if they do go on strike, then it comes down to how quickly can we get it resolved.
My goodness, we've seen so many strikes just in the past 365 days. So champagne shipments around the world falling by close to 10% for the second straight year as global conflicts and high inflation have given consumers very little to celebrate. We've even seen some of these tensions start to simmer, but the future ultimately remains uncertain. So Dan, do you think 2025 will offer people more reasons to pop some bottles?
Well, I hope so. Listen, I'm not a champagne drinker, but I certainly would welcome reasons to drink champagne. I think there's a very, very positive outlook right now in the country. So hopefully for the winemakers that this is going to be a positive outcome for them throughout 2025. Listen, they've had issues in France related to the weather that has impacted wine growers, grape growers. So that also plays into it. But listen, it all comes down to people's mood. They haven't felt like celebrating in a long time. It appears that's going to change, Alex.
Yeah, I was going to say, Trump, he doesn't drink, but I'm sure everyone around him was popping some champagne yesterday for sure and celebrating this new golden era of America. Dan Geltrude, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Such great seeing you.
Thanks, Alex.